I'm the fuck out. I didn't even get started on what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Bro, that movie was crazy.
Crazy, Francie. Yeah.
What are the specials tonight?
That sounds good. I'll have that.
Hey everybody, Specialists in Nothing, back at you again, talking about everything, specializing in nothing. My name is Frank. As always, Joe and Danny, you guys want to say what's up?
What up? What up?
How you doing?
So I gotta just I'm gonna go right into this right now because
You're just gonna jump into it because you
just
just finished it today and you're super excited about it.
I am.
I know.
Bro,
Bro,
he
you
already
can't
made. I know what he's gonna say. Also, he made note to me already.
I watched
Joe,
Cobra
take a
Kai.
guess. There it is. Can't
Cobra Kai,
take a
season
fucking
4. It's
breath
now.
without talking about Cobra Kai.
Dude,
Yo, did
I
you
found
watch
out-
season 1, 2, or 3 yet? No, Frank.
I found out yesterday that
Sorry, wait. Spoiler alert. Start
I'm
with
not.
that.
I'm not gonna give any spoilers away. I'm really not. But I found out yesterday that it came out, and it was so good that I finished it by today. I started it last night at 11:30, watched 4 or 5 episodes, and then watched the other 4 or 5 today, and it was so fucking good.
Was it hilarious?
Was it
it
9.5 hours straight?
it was pretty close to it. I mean,
Yeah, Joe.
Yeah, he knew. All right.
But dude, no joke. I have to say, the other seasons were all amazing. This season was just as good as the other seasons, but the last 2 episodes were fuck,
The last 2 episodes of season 4.
yes,
Cobra Kai.
episode 9 and 10 of
All
season
right.
4. Oh
I
my
wanna
god,
watch
so
it.
amazing.
Joe, you
I
still
just-
haven't watched it, man.
I don't
so
think
amazing.
it's something
Let
I'm
me-
going to be into, man.
Without
Listen,
spoiling
Joe,
it too, let me say this:
I'm
it
telling
was
you,
the
you're gonna like
closest
it.
they've gotten to the feeling of the original movie. It
Yeah?
was the closest feeling you got to watching the original movie as remade type of stuff. It was so amazing. So
Okay.
good.
Okay. I'm with that.
So what's the top show that you're out watching right now? What are you
Right
into
now?
right now? Yeah,
The new Dexter, New Blood.
Yeah?
Oh,
I want to see that.
my
I do wanna see
obsession
that.
Really came out when the new season came out.
Has
I'm
it been
fucking
good, too?
obsessed. I'm hooked. Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, because I would say a lot
First
of
of all,
fans
it's
were
like they
upset with the
never-
ending of the
it's
last
like-
one.
You ever watch a show that's came back so many years later with the same actors and it was just not fucking A material like it was?
Yeah.
Bro, it's even better. The
That's
acting never fucking skipped a beat. Neither did Michael C. Hall, who plays Dexter. He's amazing.
Yeah.
Incredible. It's so good. It's just
So
so
wait.
good. The way they filmed it, the little side scenes, the little freaking
It's almost
just how they
nostalgic
added
because
shit
it's something
in.
you're watching
Oh
again.
my
that's
god,
in the
they
past.
made it nostalgic,
Yeah.
but kept it so new and fresh where you were it's not like you were watching it and you're okay, good example. When El Camino came out for fucking Breaking
Okay,
Bad,
for Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
the acting just seems so fucking shoddy. It's just the kid who played, what's
Jesse
his
Pinkman?
name? No, not Jesse Pinkman. The other one who kidnaps Jesse, the whatever his name.
Oh,
is, now
yeah,
John
yeah.
Blanks. He was just not really in his role. It wasn't
I know.
you.
It was-
you watched
time had
Breaking Bad
passed.
when he was right. It was so fucking automatic, and now it's you watch El Camino and it's this is half-ass.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They look aged. They're acting like they forgot how to act their character. It's they're not, they're not doing it for 8 years in a row anymore. So,
Yeah.
but
Bro,
this
I was just
show,
gonna say,
Dexter. They didn't
The
miss a
thing
beat.
about that Breaking Bad too is
Same.
that when Breaking Bad was done, there originally
Breaking Bad
there,
is one of his favorite fucking shows.
I fucking love it, bro. Fucking love it. When Breaking Bad first finished, when it was done, originally there wasn't going to be a carry on. They were just going to leave it as is. But after I think it was 2 or 3 years, the
fans wanted
creator Vincent, was that?
Didn't the fans want them to do it?
I think so. He was
kept
getting
requesting.
he was getting a lot of shit about it. So he was like, all right, I'll write something up. And I guess just to close the deal with Jesse, he tried to close up everything else. And it was, I don't want to say it was half-assed because it was a good closure.
It was half.
However,
the actors.
I wasn't too thrilled about it.
didn't. You know who was good? Fucking Jesse's friend. Not.
Yeah. I know who you're talking about. Fucking
The skinny kid. What's his name?
Yeah.
Skinny, or
Oh, the Spanish
He-
kid.
Yeah, he did really good when he came back. You could see what actors
Skinny,
were
right?
like.
Wasn't his name
Yeah.
Skinny, yeah.
I don't
And
think
Jesse
so.
Jesse did good too.
Mm-hmm.
Jesse played good. His character coming back.
I liked him in the Need for Speed movie too.
Oh, that was horrible.
Really?
Skinny
You
Pete.
like that?
Skinny Pete was
Skinny
his name.
Well, that's his
Pete,
name,
right.
Skinny
Yeah.
Pete.
It was an okay movie, that Need for Speed movie.
You didn't like
Pinkman,
it?
No, I'm
Need for
really not a
Speed
fan.
movie? I didn't wait. We're
Really?
not- what are
No,
we talking
yeah,
about
the
here?
video game. They made it a movie, and the kid that was Jesse Pinkman played the main character in that. I thought he did
And-
awesome in that. But wait, to go back to
Are
what
you
you
talk-
said, like about the
Need
remake.
for
it's-
Speed
What?
or Driver?
No, Need for Speed.
Oh,
Need
Driver
for
was
Speed.
Ryan Gosling. Never mind.
And
Um,
Danny, it was 6 years later. They decided
Okay.
to make El Camino, not 2
Okay.
years later.
Thanks for fact checking me.
I'm serious. I wasn't being a dick.
Oh, I
Just-
appreciate it.
oh,
Thanks for fact checking
It
me.
was a lot of years later, not 2.
One of the shows that though, like you were talking about for Dexter. That
Oh, wait,
I
real
felt
quick.
Like that for.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but it's about Dexter. Is this the 9th season or is this the 10th season?
I think this is the 11th season. No.
You
know what?
motherfuckers are watching
I
it. I don't
should
know.
know this by heart because I've watched every Dexter season.
I stopped
10
watching it a
times
while
over.
ago when it ended.
I think it's the 9th season. I think there was only 8 seasons of Dexter regularly.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, this is number 9.
Yes.
But technically, New Blood is going to be a new series. So this is.
No. Who
this
said
is-
that?
I'm looking. I'm
This
reading
is
it right
supposed to
here.
be
I'm
the
reading it right here.
last Dexter season.
It
Unless
says
bro,
right here,
don't
Showtime's Dexter.
spoil it for me. Damn, it really
That's not a
says that? No, now you got to tell me. It says
I
that
thought you
for
just
real?
said.
it could be a spinoff.
Bro, they
Look,
made
no. First
Dexter
of all,
New Blood and said, this is it. We fucked up on the ending of the original Dexter when it was on fucking. They said, we'll make you one more full season. You get 10 episodes. That's how
Oh, but,
this
yeah, but they
started.
could have gotten
and
approved
that
for
was
more
it.
and then wanted to. keep
Right, but I
going.
didn't know that. I didn't want to know that. There's one episode left, the season finale, and then we'll find out what goes next. Now you
See,
just
I
fucking
feel him
ruined
on
it
that
for me.
because at the end of Cobra Kai, at like the beginning of the credits, it said it's
Man.
official, a new season is coming, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I got so excited. So I feel him on that.
yo, Joe, my bad.
It's all
Like,
right.
he's, no, he's,
It wasn't. No, I know. I know you didn't do it maliciously or on
I
purpose,
don't even
but
watch
fuck,
Dexter.
man.
Well, all right.
We just ruined it for
said,
ourselves.
because now Danny just interrupted me to ruin it. To go back to what I said when you were talking about Dexter and how you said like how they took a break and came back and did so well. Something that was for me like that was Entourage. Entourage, I always thought was such an amazing show, and then they took such a long break and then came out with that HBO like special or long hour or whatever it was, hour and a half movie. That was dope. I thought they all did amazing when they came back too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Entourage was always one of my top favorite shows.
Yeah, Entourage was your top favorite. You always used to tell me about it. I never watched it though.
Loved Entourage. My friends in high
No,
school
that and
used to
Sons of
fucking throw it.
Anarchy, I feel like your favorite.
Sons of Anarchy is definitely one of my all-time favorite top shows, 100%. But even like so out right now, it would have to be like Cobra Kai,
Fucked me up.
Wu-Tang.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
Big
I
Joe
know.
is really
I just said to Alyssa today we watched the 9th episode of the 10 from the new season, and I was like, I'm so afraid to look up what's going on because I'm afraid to see if they're gonna do a new thing off of this because they told us that this was it. We get one full more season and that was that.
All right.
And me and her
Well,
have been arguing because it's called New Blood, and she thinks that it's going to be a whole new series now.
Yeah, I think this season is going to end with him and turn into something else. Like if he
That's
had
what I
influence
think is
on
gonna happen, too.
someone or like something
Well,
like
it
that.
makes
It's gonna
sense
be like a
now.
new spin-off.
I
That's why
mean,
it's called
listen.
New Blood.
Also, I just typed in Dexter New Blood, and it
Don't
said,
tell me anything else you're going to
and it just said season 2. So that's it.
Oh my God. It's such a fucking excitement killer, man.
Bro, if you would have looked up and the exact same thing, you would have spoiled it yourself. And I
That's
apologize.
why I didn't. That's why I'm not looking anything up.
That's why he just said that.
That's why
My
we're
guy.
just talking freely.
I know, but all I wanted to do was find out how many seasons it was because you guys don't know and you
You
fucking
know what's
watch
funny?
it.
We've both
Right.
for him now.
You wanted to know how many seasons there were, but then you told me how many seasons there's going to be. That you just you didn't even answer your own question, but you fucking
We've both
went
ruined the show
extra.
for you now, though, too. Because when I said about Mandalorian the time way back, and you're like, no.
Bro.
This is why I don't watch TV shows, man.
This is why I
watch
tell you this isn't a
Breaking
good
Bad,
topic.
Dexter, Sons of
No,
Anarchy,
well,
and that's it. Those are my
This is
3
why
shows I
you gotta
watch
stay up
continuously
on TV
over and over.
shows. Like me and Karen have so many shows that we're watching right now that we're waiting for another season to come out for. But like we always stay on top of it. That's one thing I have to say we're good at. Like
Staying on top of your TV shows.
always, dude. I got so many. We have so many shows that we're like just we watch. But so like I said,
Right.
I was going before. Cobra Kai and Wu-Tang were definitely like streaming now.
Wu-Tang was dope. I liked
Wu-Tang
it.
is amazing. I can't wait for the next season.
Honestly,
I've been watching a bunch of interviews about RZA and like how he's been talking to different radio stations now about the show and how relative it really is to real life and stuff. And I'm very interested. Oh, I don't want to spoil it or anything, but I'm very interested to see the whole thing with him and Old Dirty Bastard, like that happened and that thing. I want to see how that plays out.
what was I gonna say? With Wu-Tang, it's 3 seasons. The first 6 episodes of the first season were mad slow for me, but I pushed through it.
Because it was all more about like the gangbanger side of things before they got into music, what they were doing, and like all that.
It was
stuff.
just
really
selling
wasn't
crack.
about. Yeah, I would say it really wasn't about Wu-Tang. It was more like a Boys in the Hood if it was a show type of thing. You know what I mean?
Right, but then
But
once like
you
Prince
needed that
Rakim and everything
backstory.
happened, you
Yeah.
did. Season 2 was fire. Season 3 they exploded, and I liked how the buildup was. They try and get everyone together to like make Wu-Tang.
Oh, yeah.
Man,
No, it was definitely
remember
cool.
like a few months back, you were like, man, Joe, how do you have so much time to watch all this shit? Now,
Yeah.
all of a sudden, I feel like you guys watched a million shows, and I'm like, where do you just find the fucking time to watch all that shit?
Honestly, me and Karen every night when we put the kids to bed by like 7:30, 8 o'clock or whatever, if I'm not with you guys here, I usually watch like shows with her at night every night for like a
But-
couple hours.
But Frank, you'll
That's my
also
catch-up time.
watch shows on your phone, like even
Oh,
on the
yeah.
go. You know,
All right,
like
so when I'm
this kid's
driving,
always
he's right.
watching.
Whenever I'm driving, if there's a show that I'm watching that Karen's not watching, and I'm
he's
like sucked
driving.
into it,
right? What a
I'll
dick
put it on
bag.
my
Watching
phone-
Cobra
no.
Kai.
No, but listen, I'll put it on my phone mount in my car, and the show plays through the speakers of my
It's
car.
so dangerous.
So my kids will be watching their iPads, and I don't have to watch the screen the whole time. I can drive,
Yeah,
but
you
the sound
do,
is coming
Frank.
through my car.
You're
so
telling me you could watch a whole new fucking season of something through the radio of your car and not see what's going on?
I mean, I
and
still
still
see what's
understand
going
it?
on. I just don't have to look at every single second because it's on my phone mount on my windshield. So, like, yeah, I could still see it.
Guys,
and
don't do what this kid does.
Please, somebody call the cops on him.
I've been doing it for a
illegal.
long time.
He drives a Mazda.
Oh,
License
God.
plate is
Not illegal. Not illegal.
Now I
Hands
got
free.
you on record, bro.
Hands free,
So
bro.
I'm sending this episode.
bro,
This is
illegal
to
or
the
not.
cops.
Let me not even get
Hands
started.
free.
Let me
You can
not.
play a movie
I'm
in
gonna
your
stand
car
up,
hands free. You can. It's not
walk
illegal.
away from this motherfucker real quick
Whatever. It's all good.
with my
But I do
goddaughter
that.
in the
He's
car.
totally right. He's totally right.
Oh, with Danny's goddaughter in the car.
Both your nieces, son. Boom.
Round 2, it's coming.
Let's go. You pick a date this time. You calling me out?
Oh, Frank, you don't want none of
You
this.
calling me out? Good, because I want a rematch. I want a chance to redeem myself. I'm not even joking. It's been itching at me a little bit.
Yeah, you're not gonna bitch out the 3rd round. Bro, I
Fuck
think
you.
you broke my jaw.
Whatever. Fuck you. I need a chance to redeem.
All right, sounds good.
Continuing this list though, because there's
Yeah.
3 more that I wanted to rattle off because I just really enjoy all these shows right now.
Bing bang boom.
Mandalorian. I'm not gonna say anything because I know Joe still hasn't seen it and he's definitely wants to.
Wait.
So amazing.
Mandalorian or Book of Boba Fett?
Well, Book of Boba Fett hasn't come out yet. I am so
One
excited. For
one
that to
episode
come out.
has.
Well, that's what I mean. I don't watch shows like that until the season comes
You
out.
watch
I like
them.
to binge watch it.
I kind of do
Um,
that too. I like to
same.
binge them.
Yeah. So there's been shows that I've waited like a couple seasons to come out so I can binge like a bunch of it. You know what I mean? But Mandalorian, since I've been into it now and I'm so on my Star Wars kick, it's anything Book of Boba Fett, I want to watch as soon as the whole season's completed. I'm watching all that. I'm banging it out. But Mando, because of, and I'm not gonna ruin it for you, Joe, even though I kind of said a little bit last time.
I know what you're about to
Um,
say.
I
So you
can't
think
wait
two
to see
episodes
what
You
out.
can
happens.
kind of ruin this. That's not. I'll be all right.
Well, I'll say I can't wait to see the cliffhanger what they left off with, where it's picking up at, because that was so epic to see him come into the show. And like a lot of what I've been watching lately, like when I watched Mandalorian, or I just recently watched Bad Batch and like the Clone Wars, the animated series, they were
Right.
both really awesome too, very informative too. Like the Clone Wars really told you a lot about Ahsoka and Anakin, and like a lot of people think that Anakin was like a teenage like crybaby bitch and like blah blah blah, like he was always whining about stuff and had like
Basically.
like freakouts. But if you watch the Clone Wars, it really exposes and shows why and like what the Jedi
Going through. Yeah.
did to him, like what they did to him and like what he went through and stuff and why he kind of got to where he was. So it was very big on it. And Mandalorian is going to take place when Vader was in the galaxy. And the one thing we've never seen in Star Wars is Vader do the things that they always said that he could do. You know what I mean? You always heard how Vader was the most fucking vicious guy in the galaxy.
They never really actually showed much of
it. Like, dude,
you're mad at your dad, not at me. I forgive you.
In the stuff back in the day,
Big Daddy quote.
like in comic books and this and that, Vader used to take down like star cruisers with the Force and like big fucking starships. Stuff. I want to see him do some serious damage against like armies and like make it really fucking raw. And showing the way they showed that last scene with him coming in at season 2 or whatever.
Mandalorian, yeah.
It showed that, like, just from him crushing that droid with his, it showed everything. So I'm so excited. I hope they show Vader. I hope it goes in that direction. I think it'd be amazing. That's probably one of my biggest looking forward to shows right now. And then the other two is You. I love You, even though I was kind of disappointed.
I love You too.
Even though I was kind of
disappointed with what
last season, like I didn't really like
disappointed about,
and I kind of got bored with it.
He was disappointed in you.
My fucking guy cut off his toes, bro. You know that, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Felt that. I'm watching another Joe go through what I went through. Man, I couldn't believe it, dude. And he throws it in the pie.
I felt that. Oh. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I said, it's a great show. It's a great series. I did just kind of like fall out of interest the last season a little bit, especially towards the end. I didn't like the whole thing with her and the kid, and I like the younger teen kid or whatever. You know, I didn't like
that whole season. I'm spoiling. I don't care. Everybody knows.
Well, You's been out for a while. That's not really like a spoiler. I mean, I guess Mando has too. I just didn't want to spoil it.
It was Love was on a roll, man. It was more of Love killing fucking people than it was Joe killing people.
Well, even if in the show, he's never really killed anybody. He always just cleaned up bodies or like they accidentally died around him or things happened. But everything was always an accident. It wasn't like where he was maliciously going to be a serial killer and just like viciously kill them like where she does. You know what I mean?
Dude, he's a sick psycho fuck. He kills people.
I'm not saying he's not a psycho. He stalks them. He doesn't kill them. That's the difference. He cleans up after it, and he's had a lot of accidents and bad things that happen around him. But there's no one in the show that he's actually killed. I don't think any that I remember.
It's a bad statement, bro. You're so wrong. Do you watch the show?
I do watch the show. Name one person that he killed?
I don't remember their names. All of them. Any freaking main character except for himself, he's killed. Except for the last one where Love has killed them now. And except for when Love killed the mom.
No,
that was
the only person I'm looking it up right now. The only
Love killed him.
He has 10 victims, like where he like cleaned up their death or this and that. But there was accidents. There was this that. The only person that he killed, it says, was Elijah, his rival for Candace's affections or whatever. Right. So that was before any of the chick from the bookstore or anything like that, the librarian or any of them. He never killed.
Who killed the chick from the bookstore?
What do you mean? Didn't she
Who
kill
killed
herself?
the chick from the bookstore?
What was her name again? Beck?
Beck. Who killed Beck? Go ahead, Google that shit real quick, bro.
I'm not trying to spoil anything for anybody else over here. What are we Googling?
Who killed Beck?
She was trapped in his glass prison underneath the bookshop. Hang on.
Joe's pretty confident right now. I'm gonna put my money on him. And Frank, usually
I don't remember how she died, but I know
Beck just died, right?
No, it was an accident when she was locked up.
Bro, he locked her up in a glass box. That's still considered murder, though. Oh my god.
It's a witch, bro!
He locked her up. He didn't actually kill her.
Right, no biggie. Sorry to disappoint everybody, but Joe's actually not a serial killer.
Damn it, I had my money on him.
The show's not what you think.
What's your last one, Frank?
Oh, Outer Banks. He's
Outer
right.
Banks.
Yeah, really, huh?
It says Joe kills Beck in a heartbreaking scene, and the only person who knew of his gruesome crime is now dead. So he might be, I don't know.
You might be right, guys. I might
But
be.
I'm just saying, a lot of the death, he's not a serial killer though, like that, because a lot of the deaths that happened were accidental stuff, like when he had the other two locked up and he shot the gun off and it goes off the glass and freaking goes in or whatever, or the other one that like gets out of the box and goes in the hallway. His wife ended up killing that person, but he still cleans up the body. Like a lot of the death that is around him isn't from him in the show.
Dang. So it's all accidental.
I guess not all, but to me, like my interpretation of the show was always that he was like that's why you feel bad for him as a quote unquote serial killer, because everything that he did was never like, he's never like I said, like her, when she has her killings and stuff in there, she's angry and aggressive and vicious, wants to kill that person. Every time he's killed someone, it's been like sad or an accident or, oh my God, I didn't mean for this or whatever. You know what I mean? Because even the guy that he had locked up that he let go, the dude that he like ends up bribing, whatever, he never wanted to kill him.
Oh. All right.
All right, I've never
What
seen the
about
show, so
Beck's
I don't know what you
friend?
guys
What
talk
about
about.
Beck's friend? Was it Beck's friend Peach? When he's in her house, he kills her.
That was an accident.
He still murdered her though, Frank.
What I'm saying,
He kills people accidentally or not. It's still murder. You're getting a little sidetracked by the fact that it's a show and you like the main character and you're rooting for him to kill people.
well, that's the whole point
but
of the
he
show,
still
though.
kills people.
All right.
Right? I don't know anybody else. I forget. It's like, I can't even.
What's
Yeah,
your last?
it was in the
Oh, fuck it.
struggle.
You guys keep talking about this. I don't know anything about
was in
you.
the
You guys
struggle.
talking about
She
Peach
tripped
You've
and
never
Beck
seen
Beck.
you, huh?
No, man.
Oh, so
Oh,
good. You
it
was
really
a
is
good show.
I feel like
But,
you
and
would
then
like
Outer
it, Dan.
Banks. Outer Banks was the one where they're like going for the buried treasure and stuff.
You
Another
told me
great
about
show.
this show.
Oh, such a good show. They're going for the, I
My
forget what the
parents
lost
told me
ship
about this
is.
show too, man.
But that was also a really good show.
Someone
But
told
those
me
were just-
Animal Kingdom is a really good show.
My parents watched
It's on
that.
HBO.
Yeah, it's
right.
okay.
My
Yeah.
parents watched that shit too. They're the ones that told me, bro.
Yo, it's just
You guys
fire,
just
Old
both
man.
made me
person
feel
show,
so
man.
old.
It was an old person show. I ain't
You-
watching.
You both
Ah,
just made me feel so old.
Why?
Sorry, mom and dad.
I've seen it. That's why. I
It's
just
a
said
show.
it's a good show.
It is a good show. It just
And
so
then you're
happens
both
that
like,
our parents.
my parents watch. My parents watch.
I'm
it.
not saying like, oh yeah, have you seen Cheers this weekend? You know, like that's an old show.
That's also
Or
a
like-
good show, though.
It's a fucking great show. I grew up on that shit.
Well, wait. So go back though, because before I asked Joe what he was watching right now, he said, "Dexter, Daddy, what are you into right now? What are you watching?"
Well, let
Don't
Joe
say
give
Cobra
his.
Kai.
Let Joe
What do you mean
Joe
have
talk about
mine?
his.
He did. He said
Dexter, I
Dexter.
gave mine.
He
What
said
the-
one. I thought you said. Oh,
Oh,
all right,
I
so-
mean, we could.
I
yeah,
saw.
I don't know.
I
I'm
just-
not, you want me to
No, but-
run through my shows? I'm just kind of
Yeah,
bouncing
run through 'em.
around.
I just
All right,
wanted
whatever
to
you want to
listen
do. Look, Joe, I'm not
Dexter,
trying
that's
to
it.
pressure you
That's
into
what I'm
anything
watching
you want to be
right
doing. Yeah.
Yeah,
All
that's it.
I did just recently finish Shameless too.
So
That's
I was gonna
awesome.
rattle off a few.
Shameless is
Okay,
good.
Shameless was good. I think that the ending
Shameless
was
was
what we all needed. Shameless was great. Correct. It's
Was it 9
hilarious.
seasons,
Yeah,
right? It didn't really change much, man.
I loved it.
I
Honestly,
got to like season 6, maybe 7, I think the beginning, and I was like, tired now.
But that show changed so much.
so
Yeah.
it did.
So
Character
much.
development
Between
is
Jimmy
fantastic.
Characters
Steve-
did, yes. The characters
Okay.
changed
And
100%.
between Jimmy, Steve, and then like Ian, and like his whole like thing that happened with the whole Jesus thing, and then like going to jail and
yeah.
this and that, and the wedding, and freaking Lip with the whole AA, his whole story
Making
was
the
great.
dad. The dad.
I
the
was
same
happy that
fucking-
Fiona left. I never really liked Fiona, and I always hated
Loved her.
Debbie.
I hated
Yeah, you love
Debbie too.
Fiona?
Her too.
I did.
Fiona Debbie was such a bitch.
I thought Shameless was great. So the finale, if you haven't seen it, I won't spoil it. It is a really good finale. I feel like they kind of were like, all right, well, let's roll with the times, and they went that way. I would have liked to see a couple things be done differently, but for what it was a pretty good ending, and it was emotional. You know, it was.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw it out there. I'm gonna give you my top 5. Well, I'll give you 4. Fuck it. My animated shows right now that I'm watching is Rick and Morty,
Good show.
Inside Job, which I think you
Good
two should
Job.
both watch.
I've seen
Inside
that.
Job it's a play on conspiracy theories, but it's so in your face. They're like basically telling you, yeah, it's true, but haha, laugh at it.
You sent
Good
me that
show.
a couple months ago.
I'm constantly watching Family Guy
Okay.
and Big Mouth. If you guys haven't seen Big Mouth, it's fucking
Yup.
hysterical. It's about like
It's
middle school
real
kids going through
raunchy.
puberty. Nick Kroll, John Mahoney,
Frank,
The
you
boner.
gotta
I know.
watch this
No, I've
show.
seen it. I've
It's-
the boner
you do?
monster.
Alright, good.
the Hormone Monster.
The
It's
Hormone
fucking
Monster.
hysterical.
Nick Kroll did amazing with
Dude,
this show.
so good.
He's like,
For real.
oh, you're gonna come now like a dirty boy. It's so funny.
He's seen it.
It's hilarious.
He's seen it.
That's a good show. Danny told me about that one too, actually, a while back.
It's good.
That is good.
Other
See, I didn't
movies.
think to go animated though. That's a good way to go too. Because
Yeah,
like
a
I
lot of
said,
good
the
animated
Star Wars
stuff.
ones had good animated
Right.
ones too.
Other shows that I'll throw on any episode in any season, which is fucking great,
New
is
Girl.
gonna be. I was gonna say New Girl.
New Girl, Friends.
Dude, it's actually good.
Well-
Danny got me into that. Then I
New
gotta
Girl is
listen into it.
amazing.
New Girl is
Girl
so
amazing.
Funny,
I've watched
I
the-
love them.
I've watched the whole
man.
series through like 3 or 4 times.
The four
I
of them
love
together
New
are
Girl.
actually really fucking funny.
Who's your favorite?
Nick.
Who's your favorite?
Probably Nick. I
Really?
like Nick. Yeah,
I like Schmidt.
love Nick.
Schmidt's my favorite too. I
Schmitty,
love
everybody
Schmidt.
likes
You know why too?
Schmidt, but
Even when I went back and watched the series over again, I love the moments of Schmidt and Cece.
Yes.
Like when he shows her the bill and he's like, "You remember this?" And it's the pickup line that he said, "I'm gonna marry you one day," and
Yeah.
then she makes him put it in the douchebag jar. Or like I like how he steps on the
He's-
douchebag jar at the wedding, or like
he's like
the
the what's his name from How I Met Your Mother.
That was another one. He's Barney?
Barney. Yeah, he's like the Barney in that show.
So Office, New Girl, How I Met Your Mother, and probably Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
no Friends.
Yeah, but that's everybody loves Friends. You know, these are
I
mine.
love-
I
Wanna
could always put
watch
Friends on. That's the one that I
Always
could
Sunny,
choose.
but I
Dude.
haven't gotten fully committed yet.
Listen,
See,
it's,
Always Sunny, I
it's
used to
dry
watch it, and I fell
humor,
off.
and it's fucking hysterical.
I
Charlie
wouldn't
Day,
say- I wouldn't say it's
listen,
I love
because
I
it's
like
dry
him.
humor, but it's dry
know, but see,
humor.
I like him. Like I liked him in Horrible Bosses. You call me sexy? That fucking scene was hilarious. He's
That's not my
funny.
name. That's not
He's
my name.
funny as hell. I love him. I think that Danny DeVito is funny in the show, and I think the guy Mac is funny. I don't think the brother and sister are funny. I think they're just annoying. And I never,
kinda
I
need them in
kind of
there,
fell
though.
off of that show. Yeah, I guess. But
Joe, I
that's
would
not-
suggest
show never
watching
did
it.
for me.
I'm going to, and I also heard
Watch
that
Cobra
people
Kai
are starting
first.
to tell me I need to I need to start watching American Dad, which is 100
American Dad is funny.
funnier than
See,
Family Guy.
Is
American
it?
Dad is
I don't
funny.
know.
It's
I
the
was
same
never
creators.
about it.
Apparently, Family Guy is more predictable. American Dad is like a lot more in your face now.
American
maybe
Dad
that's
is-
just-
I
the
watched a few
old-
episodes. It didn't catch my attention. I like Family
No,
Guy.
huh?
Yes, it's the
You
same.
guys watch
creator.
F is for Family
No.
with Bill
No.
Burr? Really?
Nope.
That's a funny one too. It takes place in like I think it's like the 70s or the 80s, and it's Bill Burr. He's the dad, and he has a wife and kids, and like whatever. It's an animated series. That's another.
You're a
funny
dad.
one.
You have wife and kids.
You're an animated.
You're an animated series.
I wish. I wish. Make an animated series about me, please. No, F is for Family is a good one too. That one just came out like a couple years ago. I think it was only like 3 or 4 seasons out. But see, Family Guy, American Dad, like those were never hilarious to me. Like even It's Always Sunny in
Oh my
Philadelphia.
God,
Like I
And
never thought that
Danny
was like
used to watch
hilarious.
Family Guy. Like,
Family Guy
fucking
will forever.
I always thought South Park was better than Family Guy.
Nah.
I gotta say, I started off with South Park, and then
Same.
Family
We all
Guy I
did.
started to watch, and then I kind of went back to South Park, and I was like, nah, Family Guy's
I
more relevant
related
to me.
more to
It doesn't
Family
matter.
Guy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know, you didn't
Love
mention
that
too that
shit.
I liked as animated was Futurama.
That doesn't really do it
Actually,
for me.
I like Futurama better than I like Rick and Morty. If you want to kind of
Really?
Yeah.
I like Rick and Morty. I think Rick and Morty's funny.
Bro, my brother used to be obsessed with Rick and Morty. He tried for years to get me to watch it. Puts it on, and I fucking hated it.
Mm.
I
Hey,
don't
to
know.
each his own.
I never got into it. I like the characters. Like, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. It just wasn't funny. Sometimes it was too much. And I'm like, that was retarded.
Futurama, to me, like again, some comic, I'll get it. Like, oh, huh, that's funny, but it's like Family Guy. It's bang, bang, bang. It's every scene is a new
Something
joke.
funny.
You know,
But everything in Family Guy is so overly stupid funny. Like I don't know.
I
I
know,
just think
but-
it's But that's what I mean. A lot of people, that's why they're like, yeah, but that's why it's funny. Like, I don't know.
That's
To
the
me, it's
point.
more stupid than it is funny. Like, I
I
don't
got-
No,
laugh
but
at
they
it.
have. But see, with Family
I've
Guy,
been in
it's a
rooms
lot
with
of good
people watching
references
Family Guy,
where you
and
can make a
they'll-
joke and it'll reference back to something. And if you've seen that movie in real life, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, I
You
guess
know?
I get that.
What I failed to mention, which is the longest running show for me since I was a kid watching it, is The Simpsons.
I like The Simpsons.
Talk about funny,
Never
yes,
really
but
got into The Simpsons.
this shit predicts mad stuff.
Yeah,
But it's
over
just
the
got
years,
cool
they have
topics.
consistently come out with things that have then come out later. It's just not a coincidence anymore. That's
I
just
mean, when you
crazy.
have over 100 episodes, it's hard.
What is it?
not
I
to
think it's
fucking-
33 seasons or
I don't
31
know.
seasons, right? I think it
A
came out.
lot.
You're gonna come across.
That's another one
something.
where like I haven't ever watched all of them like in a row, but I've seen so many episodes. You know what I mean? I've never seen the whole thing through from beginning to end like that, but there's a lot of episodes that I've watched.
Dang. 1989. So holy shit, man.
Yeah, dude, that's a long time.
That's a lot. On some real shit though, drama stuff. Joe and I can vouch that we've spent 9.5 hours straight watching Stranger Things on 4th of July, like 3 years ago.
That was
It
the
was
other one that I fell
Nine
off.
and a half hours. I mean, this kid just fucking.
Oh, that's where the 9.5 came in before.
Yes.
I never really liked.
We were
Stranger
like, all right,
Things.
one
I fell
more,
off.
one more. Danny's like, yeah, I gotta go. One more. All right, one more.
And then it was like,
Six.
how
Episode
bi-
7. We were like cliffhanger. Like,
it's crazy. I'm
it was
always
like
gonna.
fucking 6 a.m. and Danny's sleeping.
I was like, fuck it, I'm calling that a work today.
That's funny.
Oh man, it was good.
I never really got into that show fully. I tried it. I watched some of the first season, but I never finished it. I just never really liked it.
Dude, so good. Breaking Bad, obviously, and Joe and I again. American Horror Story. This shit is fire.
American
love
Horror
it.
Story is another one that's out now that I will say, yeah, consistently. That is a good show.
I love it. The one that just recently came out, the double feature, was
Mhm.
okay. I wanted a little bit more out of it. I always want more out of it. But for what it was cool. And I'm not gonna get into it now because it's a whole conspiracy shit. And I told you guys I wasn't gonna talk about it today. But it's cool how they played on that, and it's relevant to shit that I believe in. So I think that each one of these different seasons is a different horror story from America. I think it's dope how they play on it because it's about like cults and vampires and this and that. And it was just, they really did good with that. They really did good with that. Joe and I went to Murder House. That was fire.
That was fucking
That's
awesome.
Did you guys see 13 Reasons Why?
Great show.
Yes.
I saw the
Great
first
show.
2 seasons. The
didn't see the
third I
last
didn't
two yet?
watch. No.
The third
3 or
wasn't
4?
as good, I didn't think, but the
I thought the
first
ending was
two were
great.
so good.
I mean, the whole show was amazing. Like, I think those kids, shout out to all those kid actors. They all played
Fucking acting,
amazing
man.
fucking
They-
parts.
Yeah, dude, they
Amazing acting in
they
that
brought
show.
like high school and like the realism and the reality of like
You
what
felt it,
fucking
yeah.
goes on, dude. Like
And
you
you-
really sat home and I was sitting home and I'm like, oh my god, this sucks.
Mhm. See, and like, not to like get back into it and really not to ruin anything on it, but that's why I like Cobra Kai, because I feel like it's a mix of like that kind of show with the 13 Reasons Why, with the high school drama, with all the stuff they go through, especially in the new season. There's a lot of stuff about like cyberbullying and shit like that. So like, I feel like that's a big thing, like in shows right now with the high school drama and bullying and things like that, that like, kind of need to be more brought to attention. Like, people streaming shows and watch that, and you feel that pain, you feel this and that, and then your kid comes home and says like, oh, I was bullied today, or oh, this kid, this and that. You're gonna feel that a little more, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I that's one of the reasons why Cobra Kai really got me too, was because I felt like it had a 13 Reasons Why feel to it.
That's pretty cool. I
With
could
the
see that.
nostalgia karate
You know a
stuff.
fun show? I'm gonna like go a different direction. You
What's
guys
up?
should watch. It's like a dating show on Netflix called Sexy Beast.
Yo, I saw an episode about it. I wasn't
It's
really paying
actually
attention. but-
it's kind of funny, and it's like it's one guy or girl, and they're gonna do like quick blind dates with 3 random people, but
The catch is,
the catch is they got like these insane prosthetic mask and makeup on, and they make them look like weird shit, like or animals or anything. I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's very awkward in the beginning when you're watching it.
Yeah.
But when you
So-
see like the reveal of like what these people really look like, and it's amazing what they do makeup wise to cover these people's faces and the concept of it. Because it's
Crazy.
all about personality, not about looks.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't know, the fun part about it is just what some of the freaking prosthetic makeup and
what this shit looks like.
what the shit looks like. It's really wild, you know, and they make it look really realistic. And at first, when me and Alyssa saw, we were like, "What the fuck is this, man?" And like the first couple episodes were awkward, but
Yeah.
it's cool. Like, you know, it's just it's a dating.
You can get
show.
into it. It's just something to have on, I guess.
Right, and it goes quick. They're like, you know,
Like-
short episodes.
Yeah, 22 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, you kind of blow
I'll check
through
it
it.
out.
You gotta check it out.
Um,
It's
That was
funny.
like that's like how the other day I was or maybe like a couple weeks ago now, I was on Netflix and we kind of same thing. It was the game show when I texted you guys about The Floor is Lava. I was like, my kids play The Floor is
Oh,
Lava all the time. Like I remember
100%.
playing Floor is Lava as a kid, and I watched a bunch of episodes. That show was funny too. But that was more of a game show, not a dating show.
I would like to check. I would fucking.
Dang,
I
game
think I would
shows.
kill it at like Ninja Warrior or shit like that.
I
would
want to
love-
try. I
Frank,
want
take
to
it
try.
easy.
Well, that's why.
You're already out of breath talking
but
about it.
I would.
not Ninja Warrior, but that's why I was talking about The Floor is Lava because I was watching the show and I was like, dude,
Bro,
I
that
could
would
fucking
be
totally
so
do this.
epic.
Hell yeah,
I
bro.
think it'd be fun as hell.
That'd be cool
Frank, I
too.
love you, but I think me and Danny would probably make it to the end. You'd be the first one out.
I would
I would
say
probably be the
laugh when
second
you guys
one out.
both fall in and I'm the only
And
one. to
Danny would
finish.
probably have to do some crazy shit.
No way.
Actually, Joe, as much as I want to agree with you, I have to say that Frank and I went to where did we go for Mia's
Frank got
birthday?
all
Was it
the
Mia's
songs
birthday or
and
Ariam's
stuff.
birthday? It's like
His
a
birthday, Urban Air.
urban air, and it's like a
Yeah, I
ball
know.
pit, and you gotta like swing and do this and that. I don't know if he's just been there a bunch of times with his kids, so he's had practice or
I love
whatever.
He was
obstacle
good,
courses.
huh?
I love
he
obstacle
made it
courses. And
across.
Not even that. Like when I was younger, like I know I'm older now, and like I'm not be as good at it anymore. But when I was younger and like teenager stuff, like running from the cops, playing manhunt, shit like that, like I could
Running
hop
from
a
the
fence.
cops.
I did. I ran from the cops a few times. But I'm just saying, I could hop a fucking 6 to 8 foot fence, like no fucking problem. Like I
But
swear to
that's
God,
awesome
I really could
because,
flip right over.
bro,
and no,
You
so
know,
I just
pre
plus,
boxing
I'm also-
before you and Danny. I thought
Wait.
you were gonna knock the fucking shit out of Danny, and that
That's-
didn't go
I
that
hear
way.
you.
So
I hear you. I hear
you know what I mean?
But here's the other thing: is this is different. This is not necessarily about like the same like type of strength or athleticism. Whereas that would be like I'm also taller and got the longest reach out of all of us too. Like you're jumping across gaps and stuff like that. I don't know. I personally think I would
don't know.
probably be the
I
best.
think
in
I
that
have.
race.
I'm more athletic than the both of you. If we're just going, bro, all I did was sports
Yeah,
my
Joe-
whole entire life.
Joe grew up on
Like I
baseball.
could run, jump, rope swing, fucking flip,
No, I've
do
never
whatever
seen
the hell
no,
you
like-
think or want. Right? Because
Wait,
you know,
you're saying you could do this now?
Well,
I
that's what I'm
prob-
saying,
I
like,
can
feel like
do this
Joe,
now.
Joe compared himself to a sloth. Joe
Yeah,
compared
where-
himself to a sloth, and then he's
a
like,
sloth
yeah, I
could fucking do a lot of things, man.
very slowly.
Yeah, lately I'm slow and lazy and old,
That-
but
But like
dude,
when I was younger,
That's what I'm saying. Is here's the best part is I always kind of had that same mindset where like, oh yeah, I could always do this when I was younger. And then when I did start going to the gym with Danny or like the fight or like
Wow,
whatever, I
fucking
kind of
running from
realized like
cops
when
and
you
jumping
kind of sit for
fences.
like 10 years, it does mean you can't do
I
as
don't
much
know,
as you
man.
used to be able to.
you don't forget how to ride a bike, my friend.
Yeah.
And even
So-
old up until I got injured, I still did
Well, yeah.
a ton of shit.
what is
man. I was
this?
doing
You
things
did get
all the
injured.
time.
You don't have
I
to
was
quote.
saying-
You don't have to air quote it. You got your
Yo,
fucking
listen,
toes
when,
cut off.
when things get serious, I air quote. Okay, that's like the it happened, it
You just had
didn't
a Joey
happen. I'm
moment.
talking about it, but I'm not talking about it. Quotation mark. You know.
Wonder where they find like these. There's got to be some type of like audition to get to these episodes and shit that are like Ninja Warrior and Athletic and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But what about regular TV shows? Like, is there a criteria that you have to fit? Obviously, I know that you're acting, you do auditions, your agent gets you a gig or whatever. But like,
It doesn't
For-
have to be an agent. You could just go
Well, I'm
look
thinking,
at
like,
casting calls for like
kids-
certain shows and like where they're looking at extras or roles to fill. Like I've looked them up because I wanted to try and do comedy before this that. I've looked up before, like so it'll say like, oh, we're looking for someone that fits this description for this role, and if you apply to that, then like you can go apply for it, and then you can go with the other people that are going to go that day and go, read the scene or whatever,
right?
and then they'll determine if they want you or not. But
I
A
would
lot
love
of
to
people
be
do
an
that all the
extra.
time without agents. Dude, you used to be able to be a Walking Dead as an extra like that, no problem, because they needed so many people to be zombies in the background, so they would just
Of
dress you up in
Walking Dead,
makeup
yeah.
and pay you a couple $100 for the day and fucking whatever it was.
So, all right, this is a good segue because yes, in Walking Dead, they did that all the time. I would have loved to have been a zombie for it.
Me
Have
too.
you guys ever watched Key and Peele?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, they do an episode about extras in a zombie movie, right? And Peele, Jordan Peele, he's the tall one, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Actually, I don't know which one. Yeah.
All right. So the tall guy, I'm pretty sure. I gotta look it up. Whatever. Anyway, the shorter one is the new guy on the scene, and the tall guy he's been like a zombie for years now, and they're like having a side conversation. They got the makeup on, and he's like, "Yeah, man. So basically, what you want to do is just act like this and do this, and blah blah blah, whatever." And like the shorter one is like, "Okay, so like I'll just do this, like dumb as fuck." And then during the show when they're filming, the taller one tries so hard and like, could you just stop? Could you not do it? And then the guy who's been there for one day is like, you come to the front, you be the new guy. And like it replaces him. It's a fucking hilarious skit. The whole thing about sketch comedy is mad funny. Like Chappelle's Show. That used to be fucking hysterical.
Sketch
I love
comedy is
Chappelle
all. I
Show.
love those.
I love
Chappelle's
watching
great.
that shit.
I haven't
Key and
really,
Peele
like,
is hilarious though.
watched-
You guys gotta check that out.
SNL used to be so great to me, like 90s, 2000s, and like that. But the last like few years, I really haven't enjoyed SNL as much. I'm not gonna lie.
Jordan Peele is the shorter one. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Jordan's a shorter one, right?
Yeah, my bad. But anyway, yes, SNL was a great show, but I loved Mad TV a little bit better than SNL.
Mad TV
I
was
never
good.
watched Mad TV. Not
liked
even on
Mad
purpose.
TV.
Like I just never. I don't know.
I liked Mad TV. I did watch it for a while, but no, SNL was just so great to me. Like Will Ferrell on SNL, like so amazing. There's so many actors that have been on it that were so good over the year.
Will Ferrell.
But Will Ferrell was like probably one of my favorite ones on SNL over time. Like just
Jim
so
Carrey.
many. Hey, would you eat the moon if it were made of spirit? Like that one sticks in my head.
Who made of
forever.
cheese?
That sticks in my head.
That's why they
forever.
call me Whiskers.
My name is Brad. I did drugs once, so check me out. I mean, bro, those are some of the best.
They really are.
I
I love that sketch comedy shit. Have you guys watched any? All right, so I used to watch Grey's Anatomy a lot,
watches that show.
but I never finished it, and I fell off. I just never got into it. So what I wanted to ask you guys before is, are you into those shows like Chicago PD, Chicago Fire, Law and Order, SVU? Like, do you watch those at all?
So we watched The Blacklist.
Kind of like backgrounds sometimes for bed.
I've had I've had a Law and Order on when it was like on cable and like followed certain episodes or watched like when it was on all day, like watched one day like of a bunch of episodes, something like that. But I never really like followed it through. But The Blacklist, me and Karen followed through. We're actually still watching it right now. We're in like season 5. But that was always a good, really, really good show to me.
I like what Joe said about keeping that shit on the background. Like, coincidentally, Law and Order is just always on all the time.
Yeah.
So I've like subconsciously saw a lot of episodes, and I could probably like, oh, this is the one where the killer is the babysitter's dog walker. But like, I won't remember that shit. If like, oh, have you seen this episode? I'm like, nah.
And you don't know how the episodes connect because you never watched the series in order. So, because that was like, I forget, it was another like cop show that I did watch or something like that. Yeah, it was like one of those like Law and Order or whatever. And it was like, you'd watch it because it was on TV all the time. But if you actually did sit down and watch it in order, like the episodes did link together. Like the serial killer that, who was it? Damn, what was the show with the cops? It was the skinny white kid that was the nerd, the blonde chick, the buff black guy, the kind of the blonde chick that had the glasses. She was like a little chubby. That was like their girl that worked the computers. Fuck, what show is that? I can't think of the name of it.
CSI? I don't know.
Oh my God, I can't think of it. But that was another really good cop show, and I just can't think of the name right now. I'm going to go upstairs and ask Karen.
Reno 911?
No, that was a funny show, though. That was a funny show. I used to watch that with my sister all the time.
So, listen, Spider-Man came out. Joe, you haven't seen it yet, right?
Don't
All
do
right.
it.
I'm not going to spoil it, but I do want to ask you guys quick questions. I'm just going to ask you, and I want to answer from both of you guys. On a 1 to 10, how do you rate Loki?
I haven't seen Loki yet.
1 to 10 of what? How much I
Like how good you liked it. Yeah, how good you thought it was. No, the TV show
Loki?
on the show.
I
All right,
never even watched
motherfucker.
that yet.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet.
All right,
I watched
so based on
WandaVision.
Disney Plus. Joe, you see WandaVision?
I still didn't finish the last 2 episodes.
Okay. Did you see
This
Falcon
is not
Winter
a good
Soldier?
topic to get into right now. Nope, I didn't watch that either, man. So
All right, and you didn't watch What
Honestly,
If, right?
you don't really need to
No.
watch any of
Actually,
those.
yeah, we did
Spider-Man.
watch. I watched What If with You. We watched like 4 episodes, and then I watched the other 2, and I hated it.
Okay. So there's that. And
the Disney Plus shows, though, don't get me wrong, they're not bad. They're very good. Like WandaVision was awesome. I've heard Loki was amazing. I want to watch Loki. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. But
Yeah, I have to watch them.
You
I
don't
just
have
haven't
to-
gotten myself.
you don't
into it
have
yet.
to see them to see No Way Home, though. Like, as long as you saw all the movies, you're good. Because I saw all the movies. I've seen all the Spider-Man
Yeah, but I
movies,
think
all the Avengers movies,
I
all
think
that.
Danny was kind of relating to the extra credit scenes. You need.
I was gonna say there is things that you'll probably
That's
understand
sometimes
more,
more
but-
important to me than the actual movie. So I
okay.
need to see these shows.
all
to
right.
understand these extra
See,
credit
to
scenes.
me, like it was so good. Like I didn't need that extra little stuff. Like it was so good.
it was that good.
I cried 3 times.
Yeah.
Don't act like you didn't cry when you watched it.
I did.
when you watch what?
Spider-Man. I cried 3 times.
I'm gonna cry. I already know it.
I did.
We don't.
I was happy. I was like, I'm not even gonna lie. I said to Danny, I was like, when I was going there, I was kind of like, I'm going by myself. And then afterwards, like, I was like, I'm so happy I went by myself. So you can see me like
really wish. All right, so I got 2 more things I want to just express, and then you guys could whatever what you want to do with it. But
What does that mean?
when
You
I
guys
saw-
could whatever you want to do.
I mean, like, I don't know if you
is
guys have
that?
anything else you want to say, you want to call it a night, whatever.
That's how you
Um,
say that?
That's how I did say that. It's not how I wanted to say it, but that's what came out. So the movie from on HBO, Mortal Kombat. Did you guys see that?
Great.
Yes.
Okay.
Great.
Amazing.
I wish they would have
Wonderful.
made that a series.
Can you just let me say what I wanted to say? Because I wish they would have made that a series. It's fucking kid. Spoiler alert, by the way. Well, that's all I got to say about that. Thank you, Frank.
I didn't know that's what you were gonna say.
Just let me
Whatever we wanna
speak. You
do.
never let me speak.
What do you
That's
mean?
how you would have
brought up
known.
Something I commented on it. You got me excited. I said, "Yeah, dude, that was good. I wish they made it a
Motherfucker.
series." I didn't know that
asked
was the
you if
one
you've
and
ever
only thing
seen
you
it.
wanted to say.
That's all I
about
wanted
it.
to say about it. I just wish
Oh.
they would have made it a series.
You can't talk about
But-
why you wish they would have made it a series.
I know.
I guess so. I mean, I just think it would have been cool
I
to
could've
I don't
see
want to
it.
get into it right now, but we'll get
not
back
gonna
to
get
it
into it.
later.
Wow. Well,
Have you
anyways.
seen it though, Joe? Or no.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's still Mortal Kombat.
Oh, okay.
Did.
I
That's-
just really
that's-
wish they would have made it a series. That would have been cool to have it broken up and have his journey to fight or like different stages of things, meeting new characters because there's so many characters in Mortal
Even when
Kombat.
he was learning his what's it called?
His
The extra power or whatever
bestiality.
they were learning.
the fatalities, the
Yeah, or
bestiality
what-
when he
they
turns
called
into
it
the
something
dragon.
else though. But like, yeah, when they were learning like that extra stuff or whatever. and they
Oh,
were
was
in
it
the fight circle and this-
anamorphiology?
I
Whatever.
forget what it was, but like when Kano like discovered the laser eye and like that stuff, you
Right.
know what I mean? Like that could have been separate episodes for each
Yeah.
character learning
yeah.
their thing. And it could have been like,
Yeah,
oh,
it could have been.
so much better.
I think it would have been
And I'm
pretty
not.
cool.
I usually get mad when they turn stuff like that into a series, but that actually probably would have been.
I
good.
feel like that would have been
Well,
dope because it was
That's
kind
something
of
that's
dark.
nostalgic for us.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And-
Like who didn't grow up playing Mortal Kombat? Like, come on.
Yeah, bro.
I still fucking play the video games. The new one with Liu Kang as the fire god. Oh my god, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Storyline was amazing. I fucking kicked Kronika's ass.
Way to go, Frank. What?
I liked it because it was dark and
Huh?
it had
Come on.
potential. The last thing what I'm gonna finish up at is if they create this series that I'm about to mention and they do it with like maybe 2 seasons, tops 3, and they break it down and it's not just about like the main villain, but it's also sub villains and other characters from this TV series from the 80s, and they really do it with a dark background, kind of like how the new Batman looks, where it's really dark and vengeance and violence and shit like that, or like Daredevil.
Okay.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. If you give me a series, a 3-season series about their upbringing, what's going on, who Shredder is in the background of that, the Foot Clan, the
Do more
build
than
up, the
3
rise.
seasons.
I know it can, but sometimes when you go to 4 or 5, you ruin it. I want them to discover
Some of my
Dimension
favorite
X.
shows had like 8 seasons or more.
I said sometimes when you go that extra mile, you ruin it. El Camino. There you go. That's all I'm going to
That
say.
was a movie. That wasn't extra seasons on the show. Breaking Bad was still a show that had like 8 or 9 seasons.
This motherfucker's
Dexter,
gonna get
also
technical
the
with me
same
right
thing.
now. I'm trying to talk about
Entourage,
Ninja Turtles.
dude,
Like,
this
Jesus.
is the
Sons of
technicalities you got to
Anarchy,
deal
also
with,
the
bro,
same
when you
thing.
talk
Breaking
shit.
Bad, they were all shows that had like 8 seasons or more because you were
You're
sucked
lying.
into it for so fucking long. Yeah, if it came out with a movie after or something else extra, sometimes they didn't do justice. But any series that got carried on for so long, it was a reason it got carried on for that long because there was a following that supported it that gave it screen time.
Okay. So based on what you're saying, fine. I'm not gonna argue with you for more episodes of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You know,
It sounded like you were for a second.
I'm just saying I would be satisfied with 3 if they really got into it. 6,
Like
more the
solid
merrier.
ones.
You know what I'm
Got
saying?
you.
But like I'm talking about Casey Jones, April O'Neil, bring it back. Show me what's going on. Show me
Because
some of
even
the
if,
other
like, once you
villains, how they were created.
And
You
then
don't think
could
it's
even,
like that?
after a couple seasons have a flashback for what's the rat's name again?
Splinter.
Master Splinter. Yeah, it took me a second. Sorry, but you could even have a flashback for Master Splinter, like before he had the turtles, things like that. There's so many directions you can go with that show. Because again, that's another show like Mortal Kombat. If they did that, where there was a lot of fans, there was a
Yeah.
following for that. That if that comes back out, boom, you automatically have that original fan base gets sucked back in. You know what I mean? Especially with the whole superhero thing lately. Like, I definitely
Yeah.
think that would be a good idea. You should write it.
I would love to, bro, because they
Especially
also
as such a fan, you should write it.
I forgot what their names were, but it was the 2 of the space guys from the future. They came back. They were like super cool and hip. They had this really dope flying car. They were villains, then they became good. I forgot what their names were, but like the Rat King and all them, and like have some dark shit go down, you know? Like, I don't know. I would love to see that. And like each episode doesn't have to be a fighting scene. It could be just the Foot Clan and the Turtles duking it out, or like them just stopping crime in New York City. It doesn't always have to be like fucking
Or them doing something funny, eating pizza.
right. You know, like it
No,
doesn't
I
always
mean-
have to be Bebop and Rocksteady fighting Leonardo and Michelangelo. Save those shits for like season finales, like Cobra Kai does.
Dude,
Because
go watch it,
bro,
please.
I'm gonna. You
I
act
know
like I'm
you're
not
gonna, but I really want Joe to too because I'm not gonna lie, dude. I watched it today and I wanted to start fucking getting the bag out and start like training again. I'm not even joking. That's kind of why I'm like boxing. Ooh, like it was so good. It's one of those things that when it was over, I was standing up in my living room like
this.
Kid watches Cobra Kai for a day and he's got his
This
chest
is
out
how
like
I
he's
was
ready to fight
acting.
again.
I'm ready to go
After
round
I
2. Let's go. I got
watched
some
episode
experience.
9 of Dexter today. I was fucking
Oh.
yeah. Oh my god, I was all over the place. I was
No,
so
I definitely
excited.
get like that. Dude, when you watch a show, do you get like sucked into it like that? Like when I watch a show,
Sucked
like
in, bro.
I
I
feel
think
like
it's
I'm in
real.
the show. Yeah, like I feel
Like, I
I'm
literally
in the
think it's
show and,
real.
like,
How
living
real do
the
I think
characters'
Dexter
lives
is?
or stories? Like I feel empathy for them.
I'm
I
like
totally
ready to
get-
cry when I find out something bad's about to happen.
Yeah, because you get sucked in. You get that empathy.
weird.
And that I know. I do. I agree. I get so into it.
I
I
love
do.
him.
There's so many shows that I get like.
Time to
into
give
it.
him the easy ones.
That still though, you're right, D. Like you said it earlier, like Sons of Anarchy was still probably though my biggest number
Yeah.
one of all time. Like if I had to
Tons
just
of is
pick
one
one
of the best,
show,
man.
I have to. pick
That
Sons
that
of
would be
Anarchy.
your show. That's my top 3. I have a top. It's definitely top
Bro.
3.
And you know what my favorite episode was when Tig sees his daughter get burned alive in front of him.
Oh, that was sick when she's fucking set on fire.
Such a
And
terrible,
then he
like
has to
tragic,
fucking
like
sit down there with her.
dude.
Oh,
I
my
was
God,
so
man.
like horrifiedly scared, crying. Like that scene, the first time I ever watched it, so fucking epic. Such a good show. That was another show where the acting was just.
Let me ask you honest. How many times you've watched that show full through and through?
7.
7 times.
Yeah.
If I'm not exactly along the line with you, I might have done it more.
Really?
Yeah, I've watched it that many times.
I hear you. It's so good.
Obsessively.
So good.
That, Breaking Bad, and Dexter are like the 3 shows I've watched 20 times over at least.
Breaking Bad, I've watched a few times too. Breaking Bad was really good, but
I can recite Breaking Bad. It's sick.
I always liked Sons of Anarchy.
Excuse me.
Like when they were
Bless you.
both out at the time when they were both like streaming and like new
I
seasons were coming
did
out.
not.
Danny always used to tell me he loved Breaking Bad more, and I always used to say, "Sons of Anarchy, though, Sons of Anarchy." Like we always used to go back and forth.
You know what scene fucking sticks with me when what's his name chops his tongue off in jail? 'Cause he
Oh
never-
man, Otto.
Otto, yeah.
Just
You know,
to not talk.
he's the creator
writer,
of the whole
yeah.
show, right?
Yeah, he's the one that wrote Mayans too. Yeah,
You
No,
know,
he's
I don't
awesome.
like
Kurt Sutter's
Mayans,
dope.
man.
I never watched Mayans. I kind of was like nervous
I
about
watched
it
like the
'cause exactly.
first 4 episodes, and I just was not hooked, man.
I
don't
thought that was
know.
gonna be something where exactly it wasn't gonna do justice. and I
Example
never
of
wanted
where they
to.
waited too long and they tried to come back, and it
Mhm.
just
There you go.
Didn't work out exactly, and I
That's
kind
a
of had a
good
feeling with that
example.
show, and that's why I never watched it because I was always nervous
And I
that
feel
was gonna
horrible
happen.
for Kurt Sutter because, dude, he was a genius. That fucking
I still think though,
show was
even
so
with
good.
Mayans coming out and not being as good as Sons, I still think he could always do like a prequel episode with John Teller, or I mean a prequel series with John Teller, or something like that, taking it back to Sons and doing the spinoffs. Because when the show ended, there was like a whole interview on him where he said like he had like 6 to 8 different types of spinoff ideas for different characters, different
I
things, like
remember
whatever.
seeing that also.
Really?
And yeah, and
Yeah,
Mayans
he
was on that
He
list.
wanted to do a lot of them, but
Yeah, and Mayans was on that list. He wanted to do one about Mayans, one about the other gang that they were involved with, and then like he wanted to.
Aztecs.
Yeah, no.
no, they had
Black guys.
Belfast, bro. The whole Belfast chapter.
Well, yeah,
and
the Irish
shit.
thing. Yep, and then
had
they
a
wanted
lot
to do
go
the
off of.
the prequel with John Teller, and that was the one that I was excited the most for because from what I heard, they were looking at getting Brad Pitt to cast as his dad, and I was like,
That would've
holy
been
shit, that
dope,
would have been
dude.
amazing.
Just,
he even
just
looks
from
like
the
the dude
episode
that
where they
plays-
go back to Belfast and you find out about his daughter and like you know
Mhm.
or Jax's stepsister.
Yeah, when he
and-
almost hooks up with her.
dude, they could have they could have just went from there and did it off the whole Belfast chapter and how it started in the original 8
No.
or 9, whatever it was.
No, I hear you. I definitely would love to see something like that if he went that direction. But yeah, Sons of Anarchy to me, I mean, shit, dude. I have Sons of Anarchy
And
like
bro,
everything. I have a
another
Christmas
one that-
ornament, Sons of Anarchy, like the sweatshirts. Like I would get a Sons tattoo, no joke. I
Another
fucking
TV
that was my
show
number one show.
that like everybody's probably sick of is The Sopranos. I'm fucking almost
love
done.
You
The
know what?
Sopranos.
4
Nobody
more
said
episodes
that.
left until I finish the whole season again for like. the
I
10th
just went
time.
a couple months ago. I just went and ran through it because it's been so many years since I seen it, and I was like, you know what? I got to go through and watch this again.
I
It
don't know
was such
why,
a good
man.
show.
It just gets better and better every time I watch it. One of those
Yo,
shows.
rest in peace, James Gandolfini.
Yeah. That's it.
Such a good show.
I relate to that
So-
fucking show so much. It's disgusting. I can't. I try not to, but ugh.
Well, this is totally irrelevant. Not irrelevant, but whenever I got nothing going on that I want to watch and I'm doing shit around the house, I'll just throw on the Twilight Zone, the old
Really?
school one. Yeah.
That's New Girl for me.
You want to know what I started watching like past week, late night, like my go to sleep shit? I put on I Love Lucy.
That's what's up.
Really?
That's
Really
what's up.
good,
It's
dude.
good.
I actually really enjoy watching old time shows like that. I watched the one where like Lucy's reading a murder novel and she's so into it, and Ricky comes home and he's like talking
What's the
to
matter
her,
with you?
and he scares her, and then like the whole episode she thinks that he's trying to murder her.
That's
Fucking
funny.
hysterical.
He was the whole show to me. He was funny. The
And
dad.
watching actors though, like back in those days and how they did it, it's just such a fucking. It's like beautiful, honestly.
Yeah,
I
you don't
love
need
it.
as many
Simple.
talents nowadays.
You know what I mean? It's funny.
really
You're
don't.
into
Sucks.
it.
I actually said that to Karen the other day. I was like, I feel like there's so many movies on Netflix right now that just the acting just sucks.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, acting is just not as good anymore.
It's not what it was. And that's it. All right, fellas.
What up?
I would suggest watching Imposters. That's what I'm watching right now, actually.
Yeah.
That's what I meant to say that before, and I completely went blank, and
You know
I never
what
went
show I
back
am
to
gonna
it.
watch? I'm gonna tell you guys right now. If you want to give off a show you're gonna watch next, I'm gonna watch Yellow Jacket. I don't know if
Yellow
you've ever
Jacket?
heard of
What's that
it.
about?
Yeah, I don't know yet, but it looks good. I saw a preview for it. That's all I have
Cool.
to say about that.
That's all I got to say about that.
I'll let you know more about it next episode.
All right.
Right. Sounds good.
Do it, D.
Anything else you got to say, fellas?
Comment,
You got
comment,
the
comment.
cue.
Like,
Yeah.
share, follow, subscribe, all that shit. Please.
Well, for those of you who do, thank you for the likes,
Yes.
listen, shares, and follows. We appreciate it. Shout out to everyone listening. We appreciate you.
The regulars, you know who you are.
Thank you.